Welcome to another episode on my driving robot discovery based on the fischertechnik TXT controller, which runs embedded Linux. Right now I am logged into the controller. As you can see, I am using the AC adapter, not the battery. Battery was fully loaded, but it didn't boot anyway from it, so I need to do something anyway. So the battery is on charge again, and last time I tried to do something with OpenCV and ftrobopytools and didn't work, and that is caused by the fact that CV2, OpenCV and ftrobopytools can't run at the same time. So I have decided to use OpenCV on the community firmware and ftrobopytools on the other one, on the default firmware, since OpenCV will not run on the default one. So this one goes. Also, my problems were last time that I got all kinds of errors, and it seems to be that, remove this one too because it's ftrobopytools, since OpenCV only works in the case of this, in case of the community version of the fischertechnik firmware on Python 3, not Python 2. So, and Python 2 is old. Python 3 is old, but less old. Anyway, I'm going to remove all these comments, all these things. Then the question is, what works, what doesn't? Well, if I look here, there are no TXT images which I could have made here. So what I'm going to do now is save this, since I have purified them from ftrobopytools, and I will run using just Python and then discover python.py and see whatever that gives. If anything. So why is this happening? Is there anyway an image being taken? That is something that I would like to know. And I don't think so, since it hasn't written anything yet. So let me look again, and no, there's no text images yet. So let me for now remove or comment out this one to exclude red. Then say again, run. What will happen now, if anything? I'm not waiting for an abortion. Why does it take so long? Okay. once again. Nothing yet here. On the oscilloscope, I mean. So something happened, but red is not defined. No, that's correct. So I will have to take this one out as well. I could have known. So let me drag it back and run again. Nothing is being printed on. But what am I doing with the image? Well, let's see if there's camera not connected. That is not entirely true. So now what? Camera connected. Very good. I have to change the time base. Let me change it to some microseconds or something. 2 milliseconds or something. Yeah, right. Anything? Yeah, a zero image. A zero image has been written, but I want to do something with this. And now a problem is also that I cannot view anything on the TXT. It has no option to use the SSH minus capital X, because with that option you could transfer a remote running graphical section into SSH so that you can view anything, but since that is not possible or not running, you can't do anything. So I have to do it with copied images, but that is no use in this case because it's zero. So let's go further. Time for another approach. I am not for now going to go for a red color. I am going to make it one color, or one colored and one gray. So after creating the file name right here, I create an image, and using that image I create a grayscale image, with which I then create a file name, a gray file name. Then I first write the original file, and then, or the original image, and then the gray image. And in order to do that, to copy it to this laptop, I of course have to enable the SSH reception server. So this old number I have removed, and now it is time, and let me, for being safe, save this one and run this. So now let's see whatever happens, and I'm very curious about this. Do I meet with the number of errors or not? Well, that this is very clear. What did I do here? Okay, yeah, that's not right. It has to be CVT color. That's one thing. So what do I have here? Nothing. That's correct, because no image have been written yet. Let's do it again. After drawing back, connection aborted. That's not what I want to see. Well, at least the signaling is alright. But then again I see here some errors which I don't like, and nothing has been written because of it, I think. No, nothing here, nothing there. So what is it in this case? How well is OpenCV actually being supported in anything? Minus 215 in CVT color, and it is this is correct. I know that. So what's going on here? This is very strange. Is it because the camera is not right? Is it because of there has been an adaptation in OpenCV? I cannot tell. And if I look here, this is exactly what I am doing. And I don't need to say I am right, although I could. Because I want to adapt to use a name with a date. And with this I actually write something. I could try image write. I could try. So how did you do it here? Image write, then a name and a grey image. So let me do the same. See whatever it gives. CV2. I am right. Then just an image name, whatever. Image TXT and image one, and here CV2. I am right. Image gray image, no, gray image. Not quite logical in my case, but whatever. So now Let's see what happens. If anything, again an abortion. Quote and find a writer. Yeah, alright. But has it written anything? I don't think so. Nope, as expected. So this has to go. This has to go. But then again, the CVT color is still a problem. A very big problem. So how can I apply something like this when this is happening? How can I apply OpenCV and use whatever color is being used when things like this happen? It doesn't make it easier at all. What I at least can do is trying to do an image, but know that I have done for a long time, and that is the intention to use OpenCV locally on the TXT. So I think best thing is to see which functions are supported then. Let's do that. What I'm thinking is that not all of OpenCV is implemented, but I have to get back to the implementer to see how that ends up. For now, I have commented out everything of OpenCV, and I'm running just the standard thing. There's no TXT here now. TXT images. I'm just going to run the bare program that I have written without OpenCV, and that's not what I want. See if I get anything at all. And this is even more troublesome. Although, let me take a quick look at it is with a point with a dot, which is correct here. So this is correct, and this line is the same, this line is the same. So this is all correct. This should work. Going back, it says there is something completely wrong. Sequence item 0. I'm doing it again. No. This. exactly the same. Okay, I am going to boot into the other firmware and see whatever happens there. This is really crazy. Exit here, exit here, also means exit here, and then in preparation editing the known host, and I do see that it is already out of here, so nothing to write. Eject the SD card and boot. And then ftrobopytools. And what you also can see is that the counters are all plus, are all positive. By the way, I should change the setting to pulse width modulation. So the graphical images were voltages, and now they are set to pulse width modulation, which is more accurate. And then set the date and get into here. Get into. So let's now see in here what is implemented. Anyway, not OpenCV, only in ftrobopytools. So no problem with that. Then I will just see, and that is a problem. Some things are just not implemented, and let me change it into V to exactly mimic the example. Then I also have to mimic this. Alright, so that's it, and this should work. I don't know how, I don't know what, but it should. And then I will run on Python 2, because this is the only Python it knows. Here, if I now do Python, it says it's not found. And yeah, well, this is old, and if you look here, there are a lot of 0 images. I am going to remove them all. That's better, and it is Python 2.7 here. This is the default image, which also means that when I am going to run, I'm going to use this version. And with the robot here, I'm very curious what error messages I will get, if any. Exactly. Alright. This limits the number of experiments very much. And I haven't got an answer on the previous version, on the previous one. with the errors. So this is rather ending it, I'm afraid. I can make because where does it go wrong? In FIDEF. It doesn't go wrong here, not that I know at least. Or does it go wrong here as well? Well, pick is get camera frame. If that is so, I can just test it. And then file name won't be any use. Join pick won't be, pick is none, but will be 0. So let me try. I would actually have to do to comment out everything. Alright, that's enough. Let's see whatever happens now. Aborted. Connected. Error camera thread. And again the same error. Okay, this ends it. I can't go any further on my vision experiments with this, unfortunately. So for the remainder of the time, a simple floor test and see whatever happens then. Last part for this episode, and with the floor test I find that freshly charged battery is switching on and off for the controller. It goes on, it switches on and immediately off, so I want to check the voltage on the battery. So this is what happens. Goes on and off. First problem was wire problem. But what is it this time? Eight and a half volts. So still 8.5 volts, switching it on. Oh, look at that. Drops down to 4 volts. That's not good. Certainly not good enough. This battery pack can go, it's number 3, and this will work better, but is not the intention. So this is, I see the wrong firmware version. This is for ftrobopytools, but I don't care for now. Oh, it doesn't boot through. So let's do this. And one more battery pack to check, because this one is wrong as well, as it seems. That means 2 wrong battery packs, but they're nickel metal headride, so they could be fixed, I hope. Let me put it right here and run. Run the program. Camera connected, and the same error as on the screencast. So with this I'm going nowhere. Default program, which I have not changed as much. Connected, but what is it doing? Taking a long time. A very long time. Okay, so much for a floor test. Thank you for watching. If you like this episode, please subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up. You can also follow me on Twitter, retweet and like. You can follow me on Instagram and like. Leave comments. Please donate to keep videos coming to you. More information on my website. And this is going to be continued. Bye bye.